Hello everyone and welcome to another gaming mat review. Today we're going to be reviewing a gaming mat from wargamesmat.com. This is a Polish company that has been operating for a couple of months now, and so far they've got 5 different designs in their offer. Today we're going to be reviewing a Mars mat design, and I'm going to quickly show you the Demon World design because I think it's also a cool design. So the review is going to focus on Mars mat design, and let's kick it off. Okay, the first test is the folding test, and as you can see here I've got a mat from wargamesmat.com folded, rolled up on my table. This mat has been rolled up for more than 24 hours and I'm going to be rolling out on my huge table that I usually play my games on. So let's hit off. As you can see, there's rubber on the back. Just roll it out. Here you go. Straighten up a bit. Align to the edges. All done. Here you go. Your battlefield is ready. All nice and flat. The only thing you need to do is just smooth out any excess of the air that's underneath the mat, because I think it's airproof as well because of the thickness of the material. And that's it. That's how it nicely rolls up, stays flat all the time. Another thing is, what happens if we try to fold it? As I test every single mat, for instance, not always you will be able to roll it up in a tube like that, like I had it just a second ago. Sometimes you will want to put it in a backpack, fold it in squares and so on. So let's see how it first when we try to bend the corner slightly. Well, it's hard to do anything because it just bounces right back up. I don't see anything, but if we want to fold it in a square, obviously in a smaller square we'll have to fold it like so. So let's see this corner. Let's just press on this corner. So this would sort of simulate all the miniatures, books that you've got, heavy suitcases, carry cases, pressing on your mat. Right, so that's, where's the, oh, there's the mat, there's the band. Oh, some sand, sorry. Nothing. It just nothing stays on the mat. There are no marks left after bending the mat. I think that the test is passed. So the next test is water resistance test. In this test, I'm going to be pouring some water onto the mat, on the surface of the mat, and see if it actually sinks into the surface, if it's, spoils the surface, if it goes into it, and so on and so on. And later on I'm going to try to clean it up and see how fast I can manage to do that. So let's take a shot glass and pour it out on the mat. Right. That's beautiful. And just try to push it in. Push it in. Nothing. Okay, so another test. I'm just going to try to blow it away from me. Okay, it doesn't want to go anywhere. But let's see if we want to clean it up and see what happens. Okay, let me just take more paper. Can you see it? There's some wet marks. And there are no wet marks. Nothing. Okay, so one more test. As this mat, let's see if there's any water on it anymore. Nope. Well, slightly moist. I think that it gets slightly moist, but other than that, I think it's fine. Obviously, you wouldn't be pressing, if you spill the drink, you wouldn't be pressing it into the mat. To make it sink in, you would quickly grab a piece of paper towel and try to clean it up so it wouldn't be even as long on the mat as it did during the test. So I think it's, passed the test with of water resistance. In the following test, we're going to be focusing on reflections. So as you can see, I've got my huge 400 watt light over here, and let's see if it causes any reflections on the mat. So from this angle, you can't see any reflections. This mat is nicely colored with two different hues of color. But let's just try to shoot something against the light. And you can see it's just slight glare, but that's nothing major. For battle reporting, recording battle reports and stuff, that's perfect. Obviously you wouldn't be shooting like that anyway, because you would be trying to avoid the glare, so you'd be shooting with a very narrow focus. And for normal gameplay, I'm just holding the camera next to my face, so it's like I would be normally playing. You can't see anything, so the glares are not intensive, and I don't think they cause any problems during gameplay. But to be honest, you be the judge and you make up your mind. That's how they look from an angle. And that's a very low angle. I can't get any lower. I'm quite tall, but I'm just bending my back. I think it's pretty good. The test is passed in my opinion. But again, you are the judge. You are going to pick a mat. So in this section, we're going to be looking at thickness of the mat. As you see, this mat is made out of a couple layers, obviously. Let me just zoom in. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom. Okay, I think that's quite alright. So you can see a rubber layer and the top layer with the design, the graphic design. These mats can be made two-sided. This side is quite smooth and it would slide out of the table probably, but it's 2mm thick. The layers are 2mm thick and they provide plenty of cushioning. You can feel, when you touch the mat, you can feel it sort of going down under pressure of your fingers, and it's not the same sound as it would make. Okay, so I think it's quite thick enough for the normal gameplay and to save your models and to allow the dice to bounce off nicely off the surface. The next section is all about materials, an innovation that went into making the mat, and about the weight. So the material, as you can see and in the previous sections, the material is just a mousepad material, so there's not much innovation that went into creating, coming up with the material. But as some people say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. The mousepad material works for gaming mats, so just keep on doing what you do. Maybe work on the thickness, offer different thickness materials, and maybe start thinking of making double-layered, two-sided mats for more variety, for a fraction of price more. How much does it weigh? This mat weighs 2.8 kilos, so it's almost 3 kilos of rubber and cloth that you have to carry around as an extra if you're going to your friend's house to play a game. It's not much, but it adds up to all the books and everything else that we need to carry to play our little soldiers. Guys, in this section we're going to be testing the sound of dice on the gaming mat. I don't know how you feel about it, but the sound of dice is quite important for me when I play the games. not only the sound of dice, but also the way they bounce, the way they roll, and the way they spread across the whole table. It really annoys me when I play on tables made with sand, that they bounce off, they are not stable, and they sometimes, they're cocked, as people say. And the thicker the sand you use, the more chance to get the dice cocked. So let's have a look. Well, let's have a listen to the dice. Okay, as you can see you see it? Yeah, all the dice went nicely flat. They don't bounce too much. Let's just drop them from above. Nice. Do you like the sound? I like the sound. I like the sound of dice bouncing off the gaming mats. It's really nice. It's very soothing, like rain tapping on a tent on a summer evening, don't you think? Okay, let's focus on the graphics a little bit more, on the resolution and on the overall design. So what I like the most about this mat is the color. It looks like Mars, actual Mars. That's, the hues of reds, yellows. We've got a little bit of browns. We've got a little bit of brown over here, some orange over here in this section, and a little bit of reds and browns, dark reds, browns, and just normal yellow, like London sun yellow. The resolutions and the layers have been blended very nicely on this mat. There's plenty of stuff going on, but at the same time it doesn't draw attention away from your models. So I think that's quite an achievement. The only thing that I would pick on as a perfectionist, I'm not sure if you're bothered by that, but the shadows are from one side, from this way. So the sun is somewhere here, right? And on the same side, you've got shadows from this side. So, okay, we could explain it that, on Mars there are two suns, well, on this Mars, not obviously our Mars, but in this galaxy, in this reality, the Mars has two suns and they just, cast two shadows for some reason. I don't think that makes a huge of a difference. I had to really spend some time playing on this mat to notice. So while we're talking on design, let's have a look at the other design that the company has managed to send me and to review it and have a look at it and play some games on. So this is the Demon World mat. Why demon? Well, it has a mixture of black and red. Black for rock, some I don't know how you call it, but coal and some lava in the cracks between the rock. And as you can see, there's a cool feature over here. There's like a chaos star. I think it fits quite nicely to 40k games, to any Age of Sigmar games and fantasy games. You can fit anything over here. If you're playing, good side against the good side, you can say that you're playing for the influence on this demon world, demon area. If you're playing obviously chaos or orcs against any other army, well, there's not much explanation required. You just need to say that, well, you're defending your lair or something like that. So I think that's pretty cool. What do you think? Okay guys, so that was the review of the gaming mat from wargamesmat.com. We have reviewed two mats, the Mars mat and Demon World mat. Both of these mats and manufacturer's website are linked below. Obviously like, subscribe and do all that YouTube stuff that you do. If you find me on Facebook, which is also linked below somewhere here, click on the link and like me on Facebook. If you prefer to use Google or Blogspot, there's a link somewhere next to Facebook. There might be the other way around. Go there, follow me, like me, do whatever to find out more reviews, more battle reports and more stuff from Grot or blogspot.com. That's my address. See you guys later.